All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. And good to see everybody on a Halloween day. Hopefully, you got all your costumes down and good to go. So let me know that you can see my screen and hear me talking. Go ahead and let me know where you're coming in from. And there we go. Awesome. All right. I put a link into the chat for this video with this woman from Iowa, been in the business for 1.5 years. Her broker sat her down, introduced her to Listings to Leads, and she proceeded to get 4 listings in 6 weeks. 4 listings, 6 weeks, 1.5 years in the industry, graduated high school in 2023. You do the math. Phenomenal interview. Highly recommend you take a look at it after this call. And let me know who's got a listing here. So if you've got a listing that is pending, I want to hear about it. So let me know, do you have a pending listing? And here's the deal. If you've got a buyer in contract on a listing, I would wait until maybe you remove contingencies, even if it's only gives you a week or two to market it. I would add that listing to your Listings to Leads account, and I would market that as pending. You can still put listing courtesy of the listing agent, but we have had clients add listings where their buyer was in contract and have gotten listings before that the first listing closed escrow. Does that make sense for everybody? So do you see what I'm saying here? So obviously, if you're the listing agent, we're going to want to do pending listing. It's one of the best statuses. One of the best statuses out there for generating seller leads. All right. Today, we're going to be actually I'm going to walk you through how to increase engagement with leads using custom questions. We've built in some custom questions for you. If you've got any ideas on that, let me know. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to that point. Laura from Houston, Texas. Laura, who are you with? All right, everybody else, come on. We got a lot of people on the call today, so let's chime in. Let's wake up. Let's make sure that we are dialed in and engaged because you are spending your time with me, so I appreciate that, but I want to make sure that we are all sending good energy back and forth to each other. So go ahead and, again, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know. I love hearing who you're with. Not that it matters. I don't care. You could be with anybody. I'm just happy to be here with you. So yeah, take a look at that video a little bit later and let's get over to listingstoleads.com. It'll look just like this. When you log into your account, you'll land on the dashboard and we're going to click listings. And again, yeah, let me know if you've got a Evan, good to see you, buddy. Dennis, definitely awesome. Berkshire Hathaway. Very nice. Checking in from Georgia. We got a lot of clients from Georgia. All of it, not all of a sudden, we've always had, but yeah, we got a big contingent out of Georgia, which is awesome. So if you need to, because a pending listing can't be grabbed, it won't come in from, sometimes it'll come in from a data feed. Once in a blue moon, you can grab it, but typically you're going to have to go add listing manual and select status pending right there. We've also got in contract, under deposit, active contingent. They're all the same thing for the purposes of what we're talking about here today. And I don't want listing presentation. I want pending. And then just add all the information, right? Save and add photos, add the photos. And again, if you are a Renita, I need to write your name down. I was trying to remember the spelling of your name. Give me 1 second. Renita, Renita, Scroggin, Scroggin. Oggins. Okay, super. I was trying to remember the spelling of your name so I could check up on you, what we talked about earlier. Perfect. Thank you for joining me again. I love it. So add that listing to your account, and where you are the selling agent or your buyer's in contract, just put listing courtesy of Scott Pierce at XYZ Realty at the bottom of the property description. And the sorry issues LPT. Oh, Laura, no one is judging you. All right. No one is judging. I promise. We're good. So I got 2 pending listings. All right. This is the one, I think this is the one where I'm the selling agent. This is the one where I'm the listing agent. And when I click market listing right here, view step-by-step guide, we got a checklist, and then you're on the live webinars. There is a quick overview video on marketing with this status. You can watch that a little bit later. I'm going to click learn more for the step-by-step guide. And this right here, I recommend this. This is a really nice write-up. In this write-up, I give you, for example, I give you a pro tip about changing the property description on a pending listing, because what's in a pending listing, it is going to be more sellers, homeowners that are going to see that ad. All right. All the call to actions really reflect the fact that another home is pending. Home values will change once this listing closes escrow. Get your new home value, or you can change it to however you want. And I'm going to walk you through that. But check this out. See property description. So this is where I'm the listing agent. And later, come here and just steal this from me. Just copy and paste my description if you want. Edit it for you. So I got a beautiful full screen photo. I got my property description that I edited so that it really, again, it speaks to homeowners who might be thinking about selling, because that's the audience for this marketing. It's not buyers, right? It's not buyers that are going to see this. I've got a video. So I've got a video that's walking through how I get homes sold. Actually, it's a different video, but I put that there because I want you to see, for those of you, more and more people are doing video. And the biggest issue with video is it's the video like this could be evergreen. So this is on YouTube, and this would be a great video for your YouTube channel, where maybe you're in front of the property and you're talking about how you got that home into contract, right? Now it could be a general video about how you get homes into contract, talking about your 100-point home marketing plan, so that it's a video that you can use with all of your pending or sold listings. Or it could be a unique video for this specific property. Either way, it would be phenomenal. Then I got my property video here. I've got my 3D tour, because again, if you've got property videos, if you're doing 3D tours, when a homeowner, potential home seller lands on this, I want them to see all of this great marketing that I do that is above and beyond everybody else. Everybody else is sending people to their IDX, right? Which is absolutely boring, all right? Especially for a pending listing. You're going to be sending them to something that shows off the potential marketing that you do. Access to the 100-point home marketing plan, professional photos. So you get the idea. All right. Then this is the one where I'm the selling agent. So you can see here, selling agent. And we're not going to go through this entire thing here, because you can go through and review this later, but you can see here, it's different because I say I guided another buyer client to the perfect home in Whitney Oaks. All right. And I'm talking about that I've got more buyer leads for this property, or more buyers for this area, right? Another video talking about how I help buyers get into the property, or that I could put my how I sell homes video here. If you do community videos, right? If you got a YouTube channel where you're doing community videos, that could be put into your single property. How awesome is that? All right. And again, as I scroll down, we get all the great tools that are going to help engage homeowners and potential home sellers. On this page here, 10 videos for seller leads when your listing goes pending or in contract. So really good link right there to check out. I give you some ideas of the types of videos that would be great. Those could be shorts. So those could be ideas for TikToks, for Instagram Reels, Instagram stories. You could do YouTube videos out of them. So you could These ideas here, these could be 60 seconds or 5 minutes. You could do vertical, you could do horizontal. So a lot of great ideas there. And then from here, market listing step-by-step walkthrough. And we're just going to walk through all the marketing, the Facebook ad, right? Make sure a follow-up is automated, right? Talk about a phone script, social media post. The one thing that you're going to want to check this out later is for Instagram stories. If you click here, it's going to open up Instagram and you can see some ideas on the types of things that you can do with your pending listings, right? And you'll see some are just sold, pending, just sold. I give you ideas for polls that you can do to engage your audience. You can put, check this out. This is on Instagram and you can have a link. And I got a video that shows you how to do this. So right from Instagram, I see your Instagram story for your new pending listing and you've got a link in there. I can click it, open up the mobile responsive landing page and get my home value. All right. Another example, getting that 100-point home marketing plan in front of homeowners is just amazing. All right. Look what JJ did in that video a little bit later, but click here, right? Visit link. So I'm able to use Instagram as a free way to engage people to my landing pages. So you can take a look at this later. Here's some screenshots. So the one thing I do want to show you here while we're here, and let's start off here, because if you got a pending listing where you are the listing agent, I can't recommend this enough. Do you see that yard sign that says pending? The homeowners around that property, you always hear the statistic, right? When a home sells in an area, there's going to be another home coming to market within the next 30 days, typically. All right. You see this right here? Go to your association or wherever it is that you buy your sign writers and grab one of these. All right. In contract, whatever it is that you have it for your MLS, get that on the yard sign. At a minimum, I would also get a flyer box because the listing leads flyers, the print flyers have QR codes, have text codes on them. So when the people are walking the dog, they're driving by, right? They're rucking, they're whatever they're doing. Okay. And they see it says pending on the yard sign. And then you got a flyer box. And if you've got the sign writer, text 12345 to 25678, they can send a text and you get a phone number right away. The beautiful thing about these is the status writers. I'm in California and they were like $8. So where you're at, I'm sure they're under 10. And you can use that for the next 2 to 3 years. The text to writer is like $20. I can use that. I can take that from one listing to the next. And then your acrylic flyer holder, you know what, $5 or $10. Your association may have one, buy one from Amazon and print up 10 of the listings to leads print flyers, which we'll look at here in a little bit. This right here. So for, let's just say $40, and it's not at $40 that's going to disappear. That's like a capital investment because I can use it again for the next year, right? The status writer, the sign writer, and then the acrylic flyer box, I can move it from listing to listing. And some of the best quality seller leads, because we want to show off the fact that we just got a home under contract. All right. Marketing a home that's for sale is awesome, but marketing a home that went into contract that is pending, especially to the neighbors. And when we lay on the nearby homeowner letter that we're going to talk about in a little bit, it gets even better. All right. Tina, how do I get all of this? It's right here in your account. It's all, we're going to walk through it. We are going to get at it. So I click the green market listing button for my listing. Let me just back up and let's do it one more time because I know sometimes I talk a lot and you're like, wait, how did he get there? I'm on the listing dashboard. If you need help getting those listings in, talk to support. Our support team is amazing. So here's my pending list. Here's my pending listing. Here's my pending listing. I'll click the green market listing button. And there was that overview that we were just looking at. Facebook and Instagram ads. We have added custom questions. We've worked with a few agents, added some really good questions, and let me show you. In fact, let's do this. So let me back up and I'm going to go to, so market listing, Facebook ads. Let me show you a Facebook ad in the wild so that you can see how it works. And I think when I show you how to do it, it'll make a lot more sense for you. So I'm going to click view. This is just a past ad that I did. You can always view your ads just like I'm doing right here. So here's my preview, show ad. And you know, it's really cool. When you market a pending listing, make sure you let your seller know that just because we are in contract, I am not going to stop marketing your property. We are going to keep marketing your property until it closes escrow, or at least until contingencies are removed. And that's going to make your reviews better. So when you close that property and you get a review and you go to ask your homeowner, your client for a review, you're going to even get a better review. Your seller, your homeowner client, they're going to be absolutely thrilled with the fact that, man, this agent doesn't stop. Okay. So it's just going to elevate you in the mind of that. So more reviews, more referrals. Okay. So a lot more business. Don't just do this and don't tell the homeowner, right? Don't tell the seller. Let the seller know what you're doing so they can really appreciate. So check this ad out. I click the ad. What is your time frame to sell? I'm just going to say just thinking. But check out that second question. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? This is the default question, although there are some other really good ones that you can try out. Why I'm telling you this and why I'm sharing this with you. The options here are maybe if it was the right price. No, I would not. So let's just say they say maybe if it was the right price. When they click through, the lead notification email that you're going to get from us, all right, lead name, lead email, lead phone, time frame to sell, just thinking, would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? What should your follow-up look like with a lead like this? With a lead that says, yes, I would sell in the next 1 to 3 months if I got the right price. Your follow-up is going to be a little bit different, isn't it? Because now your follow-up is going to be, hey, Tina, this is Scott. You responded to my ad at 333 Main Court in Granite Bay. And I saw that you're just thinking about selling maybe at some point, but that if you got the right price, you might consider selling. What price are you thinking? What price is it that might make you move? And Tina comes back to me and she says, 900,000. And I say, phenomenal. That's great. When do you have 5 minutes for me to come by and just take a quick look to see if that's a good value for it? Because I got buyers that are looking in the area and we might be able to put something together if that works for you. You see what I just did there? So because of that second question that I strategically used this default, but still it's your decision because you have options. Because I left that question there and they responded with a yes, now my follow-up is going to reflect that so that I can better engage them and try to get a quick 5-minute visit. Now, here's the deal. When you are talking to people, especially homeowners, that 5-minute number is actually tested and found to be the sweet spot. Because if you were to say, oh, let me come over for a 30-minute walkthrough, I don't have time for your 30-minute walkthrough. But here's the deal. When you go over there, be respectful of the 5 minutes. So you meet them, you're doing a little walkthrough, and at about the 5-minute mark, just say, you could either say, this is great. I got enough for right now to really go back and let me just crunch the numbers and see what I come up with. And let me get back to you Monday morning if that works for you. Or what often happens from people that I talk to is you build rapport. They like you. They're thinking about selling at some point, maybe in 2026, maybe summer, maybe fall, maybe spring. And you end up being there for 35 minutes. Does that make sense? But so use 5 minutes. And then at the 5-minute mark, make sure you just mention, hey, you know what? Now, if you're good to go, then you're good to go. But if you are building rapport, you could say something like, hey, it's been 5 minutes and I don't want to keep you. Do you have a little bit more time to talk about this? Because it seems like the conversation is going well. So put a yes if you get that. Give me a yes. Give me a yes. Here is the email that the lead is going to get. So the person that filled out the landing page, this is the email they are going to get, right? Hi, Scott. Please find more information about 333 Main Court in Rockland. That'll link to the property website. And you see this right here, Ultimate Guide to Selling a Home download. Click here to download it. When you click that, it will download your branded PDF guide. And it's awesome because you're going to get another email. And your next email is going to say, hey, you got new lead activity. Scott Pierce just downloaded the PDF guide. What PDF guide? That one. And it's branded to you. You could have literally signed up 5 minutes ago and gone through our Get Started Wizard, which was awesome. Somebody in the mastermind group said this was the easiest platform or vendor or company, whatever, she's ever signed up for completing the account setup, which I thought was awesome. We have a really nice wizard. So hopefully if you completed that, your logo, your picture, your colors, your everything, and it's got all the information here. And it let me know that, hey, not only did Scott fill out your lead form, maybe if it was the right price, he might sell in the next 1 to 3 months, but he also downloaded the PDF guide, right? The Ultimate Guide to Selling a Home. Awesome stuff right there. Deb Hain in the house. All right, so let's create that ad and let me walk you through where to select those questions, because there's some really good ones. We got some really good questions. So we're on Facebook and Instagram ad. Location's going to autofill. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Leave lifetime budget. The default budget will be 50. If you have the ability, bump it up. Pending leads are coming in at about $8 to $10 a lead. I will walk you through a little bit later in this call what to do if your leads are coming in at a lot more. We don't want that. And there's ways to fix that. The ad will run for 1 week. I can change the template. I can change the image altogether. If I got a beautiful Canva image, if I want to upload a video, I can do that. If I want to retarget current leads, I can do that. If I want to use a custom audience, I can do that. If any custom audience that you've got, you can use it. If you got your pixel in your account, we'll use your pixel. But check this out. So those 2 questions that came up, remember, what is your time frame to sell? And would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price, right? However that was phrased. To access those questions, click Advanced Options. It's right there. Don't even have to move. This green button here, Create New Form. And then this right here, Form Questions. We're just going to open it up. So I want to see what questions are available. And the first 3 are always going to be full name, email, and phone. That's good. We don't turn those off. I want to know who I'm talking to. I want their email. I want their phone. We see over 80% of the phone numbers are good phone numbers. There might be a few areas or a few people that get a little bit more bad phone numbers, but typically we see about 80% are good phone numbers. So don't let people tell you, oh, they just give me bad phone. No. And as a rule, you will get a good phone number. Now, you might also get a landline, but typically that's easy to find out. What is your time frame to sell? I like that question too. All right. And notice right here, I can toggle right between the Facebook lead form, so I can just see what it looks like. So the first, just like we saw when we clicked that ad, what was your time frame to sell? Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months? If I scroll down a little bit, we got some great questions. Would you like to be notified first when similar listings hit the market? You could use that one, but I think that's going to be more for buyers, like a active, coming soon, just listed, open house. See how AI can help you sell faster for top dollar? I like that one. That's not a bad one either. I think that can be very compelling. There might be people that are like, oh, wow, how can you use AI? Deb, I think, Deb, you might like that one. Check your home's value and selling options, no obligation. I could use that one. Find out your home's market value and buyer demand. I like that one. It's not a bad one. Get your home value and instant cash offer. So here's the thought process on that one, which is there are a lot of people that like to do a cash offer ad, but those are expensive. And so why not fold that call to action or that offer inside of another seller ad that's actually a lot cheaper? So a typical, a typical cash offer lead is coming in probably like $20. That's a fair number. But a pending listing is coming in at let's say $8 to $12, quite a bit cheaper. And get your home value and instant cash offer option could be a great way to find some of those people that might be open to doing a cash offer. Pick your poison. And let me share something with you for AI. In case you don't know, this image right here was on an expired listing, right? We're doing the expired challenge and we're going through and we're talking about, for example, JJ, 4 listings in 6 months. John Summers got a listing within the first 5 expireds he reached out to. We got the flip book link. JJ sending that via text. John is dropping this off. They're both using this as well. So for AI, one of the things that John said is he called an expired, was talking to him, and they gave John a tour of the property. Beautiful yard, all right, beautiful backyard, nice size, but there was no pool. And so John said, you know what, I'm going to use AI to show buyers what your backyard would look like with a pool and maybe also with a deck. Yeah, Deb, I think I got those sent to you, but you can ping them. Alan, can you use borrowed listings for pending? I don't know. I'll give you another, Alan, I'll show you, I'll discuss that here in a little bit. So check this out. I threw the empty image into ChatGPT and I used the prompt. I couldn't even spell right. My grammar is awful. I was in a webinar, like quickly doing it. And I just typed in, without changing anything else, please stage this kitchen and living area to be a bit luxurious. That's what it should have been. ChatGPT is smarter than me. It knew what I meant. And look what it did below here. So this is just a quick idea. Using AI, there's lots of ways to use AI to sell a home. And people are visual. All right, people are visual. And so when I'm looking at your listing online, and this is what I see on Zillow or in Listings to Leads or your website, it's hard. We're humans, right? We want to be shown the vision, and showing me an empty home is not a vision. So if you come across a listing, especially an expired, where, it's empty or maybe it's new construction and they're showing a blank home, man, all I got to do is throw that bad boy into ChatGPT, give it that god awful prompt, and presto changeo, you're going to get a beautiful image where everything else is the same. I've gone through it with a fine tooth and comb, or whatever that saying is, right? All the doors and windows and ceiling and lights and the fireplace is all even, apples to apples. And then it threw in the lamps, the couch, the end table, some flowers over here. This picture on the bottom would help this home sell faster and for top dollar versus the one up here. So that's just a little bit of an aside. Back to the questions, because just in case you're wondering, what can I do with AI? That could be a great one. So I'm going to select the AI one and then just close advanced options. Now, one more thing here. Another home in Rockland, California is now pending, expected to close soon. I might say AI is helping many homeowners get their homes sold faster and for top dollar. Find out more. And I could even take out the current call to action. I could also put, there's a lot of really compelling things you can put here. I could put our 100+ point home marketing plan help this home get 3,890 views via social media, email, and print marketing. You could put this home went into contract in 34 days with multiple offers above asking, right? You get the point. You could put a couple of those different things in there. But if at a minimum, if you're the listing agent, I would put the 100-point home marketing plan. If it went above asking, I would put that. If none of that's true, then I might just put learn how AI can help you learn how AI is helping Folsom homeowners get their home sold faster for top dollar. If I'm the selling agent, I might put we have 45 more buyers for homes in Whitney Oaks, maybe it's in Folsom. All right, I got 45 buyer leads, right, in my account that have a email alert for this area. All right, makes sense? And then create ad. So the two things I want you to pay attention to is when you're doing these ads, the custom questions. You don't have to, if you like that default question, and again, that was, would you sell your home in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? That's the default question. So if you like that, just please pay attention to your follow-up, that your follow-up is congruent with that and it addresses that. Okay. If you're going to change the follow-up to, would you like to get a cash offer? Want to find out how AI can help you? Then make sure your follow-up when you're following up with those leads is going to mention that, because if they said yes, of course, but they're going to expect you. And if you don't, you're going to lose a massive opportunity. All right. Yeah, Evan, no, it should just automatically pop. I'll show you where the tags are a little bit later. Oh, and then we've got AI text follow-up right here. So you can subscribe to AI text follow-up. It's like $1 a conversation for the first 2 months. And I think $1.50 thereafter. Super easy to connect, right? I've already connected mine before, but for you, you'll put in a credit card, and then you're going to give your AI agent a name. You're going to say, do I want this for seller leads, buyer leads, or both? And then that's it. You can literally get that turned on and activated in under a minute. It's so easy. All right, so that's the ad. Social media post. Typically, this will happen automatically. I can schedule it if I want to. I can post now. I can connect more accounts. I can edit the image. And I can also add in here, similar to what we did with the ad, right? We have 45 more buyers for homes in, the home is pending in 34 days with, all right. Another home is pending. I'll show you another one that all of you can use right now with our 100 plus point home marketing plan that gets Folsom homes sold faster and is expected to close soon. We have 45 more buyers for homes at Whitney Oaks. All right, I'm going to pop that into the chat because actually I like that one. You could take that and just tweak it a little bit and use it for your pending and even your sold listings. That would work, obviously just sold, but that would work for your pending or just sold. And click post now or schedule and get that posted. And again, I can click edit image. I can upload, change the template, upload different images. So take a look at that. Typically I like for the ad, I like the vertical. For the post, I like the horizontal if you're going to use our template, because the social media posts are more horizontal, whereas the ads are more vertical. But either one will work either way, but I just like it horizontal. And then I would just click post now. Next up, share on seller social media. This is definitely one of the best things you can do. This is going to go a long way towards what I was saying earlier where when the listing goes into contract, I want to be very upfront, or I just want to let the homeowner know, my client, that listen, we are not going to stop marketing your property just because we got an offer. All right. I'm going to keep marketing your property until the close of escrow or until we remove contingencies, one or the other. Because in this crazy market, which I don't know if I'd even say the last part there, in this crazy market, you just never know what's going to happen. I don't want them stress, oh my God, what could happen? You know what I mean? But I would say to that homeowner, listen, we're in contract. We should have a good escrow, right? We'll make sure that we take care of everything. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm not going to stop marketing your property until all contingencies are removed and the buyer is locked in to close on this property. So then the seller is going to appreciate that. They're going to really appreciate that. Part of that is, in addition to the ad and the post and the other things that we're going to do, the yard sign that we talked about, don't forget the yard sign, is putting this post on the seller's page. We want this Facebook post on the seller's page because we're going to, oh my God, this is like gold, right? We want the seller's friends to see this and start liking it, start commenting on it. We've had clients get listings from this, get buyers from this, get great, essentially referral leads from the seller, putting this on their Facebook page. And there's next, I'm going to show you the email that the seller can send out as well. And because you were telling the seller that we're going to keep marketing their property, they're going to be super enthused most of the time. I've never heard really anything bad from an agent in 15 years. It's always been very positive. They're going to be enthused. So let me just walk you through this. This is a post. It's going to link automatically to the property website. All right. We've walked through the property website a few times already. And so we want to get this on the seller's Facebook page. Click send to seller. All right. This is the green button. If you haven't done this before, it may say add seller info. Either way, click the green button, put the sellers, you can add multiple. All right. If it's a couple, all right, dear, and I'd put just to keep it good. Hit send. And that's going to send the seller an email. You will be CC'd. The email is going to have this in it. And all the seller is going to do is just take that right there. They're going to go to Facebook and let me see here. If I go here, I'll just post it in the group so you can see what it looks like when they actually do post it. Let me scroll up. So the seller's going to take that and they're going to pop it in. Beautiful. It's going to look beautiful. And what is this doing? It's showing off you, right? We got an offer on our home and it's now pending. Thank you, Scott Pierce at XYZ Realty, for all your hard work. That's editable if you wanted to. And so what's going to happen is I want you, after they post it, to come and like it and leave a comment. Don't overthink it. Looks great. You're doing this because then, as the seller's friends, family, colleagues, and whoever, when they start liking it, okay, if Deb were to come over here and Deb were to say, looks great, when does it close? Because I already made a comment, I'm going to get notified. And maybe I give it a little bit to let the seller come in and comment. And then maybe the seller comes in and says, oh, I think we're going to close in early November or late November. Then I can come in and say, hey, Deb, yeah, I think we're looking like we're going to close at the end of November. Let me know if you have any other questions. And then Deb might go back and say, oh, great, whatever. Or they may say beautiful pictures. They may say, I thought the market was no good. They may say, how long did it take to get your home into contract? Whatever. The point is engagement. The point is engagement. And this is a phenomenal way to get into the seller sphere of influence via social media. And the other tool, let's go back to here. So we got this, and there's an email. And this is also for the seller to share with their friends via email. Just like the post, click on the green button And it will typically, if you haven't done this before, it'll say add seller info, all right? Email and name. That will typically autofill from the post. Just click send. Again, you will be CC'd along, and you'll get your email will just say, hey, Scott, this was sent to Ian and Lauren. It'll put their email addresses so you can see it. The copy Ian and Lauren will get will just be the one for them. Here's the deal. Then you call them up and you say, hey, Ian, Scott here. Just want to let you know that we're still marketing your property, even though we're in escrow, like I mentioned a couple of days ago. And as part of that, I want to make sure that that everybody knows, all right, that we're still marketing it. I sent you something to put up on your Facebook page, and I sent something for you to share via email, just so that way, in case the buyer's agent or whatever starts giving us a hard time, we can let them know, hey, listen, we still got people looking at the property. If you want to start talking about some weird credits or whatever, we haven't stopped marketing. All right. We still got buyers looking at this property online. Everybody understand that? And in the e-flyer, just a Facebook post, right? It's cool because it goes through like the first 5 photos. It looks great. Goes right back to the property website. Got all our great stuff in there. So yeah, this is a phenomenal way for the seller sphere of influence to get tied into it at a lot higher level. All right. Nearby homeowner letter. Remember we talked about the yard sign? And again, if you're the selling agent, you can do these tools for the buyer. Just change the email, right? Change the Facebook posting to say, hey, we just went into contract. Or for the buyer, I might wait until we do have a status called just sold selling agent, which is absolutely perfect and everything is dialed in language wise. But if you wanted to do some of these tools for the buyer, you could too. All right. So I would play that a little bit more client by client on that one for the listing agents for sure. And the nearby homeowner letter, listing agent or selling agent could use this tool and let me just download it, completely editable. I can edit the letter very similar to the ad. And I'll show you where the editor is. But here's the deal. Don't overthink this. Don't overcomplicate it. We had a client probably about a month ago came into the mastermind group and he said, oh my God, the nearby homeowner letter sucks. It's no good. I've been using it for a year. I've gotten nothing from it. And I said, oh, go ahead and just post a screenshot of it. Let's take a look at it and maybe see what's wrong. And he posted a screenshot and he had edited this letter to the point that it just looked like a nightmare. All right. He put his photo up on the top. He had 2 or 3 logos in there. He added like literally 2 to 3 times more text in the letter. So it just looked awful, right? The formatting was just all janky, is all get out. It looked hideous. And somebody else came in and she said, I've been using that letter and I get listings regularly from it. And she goes, I don't edit anything. She goes, I leave it as is. So again, you don't need to overcomplicate this. All right. Don't try to trick or get cute with the system unless it's something like I've mentioned before. And there's, like I said, if I want to edit this very slightly, I can, but this would be great for mailing or door knocking. All right. Get a list from your title company of 100 homeowners around that. If your title company has the ability to filter to say, hey, can I get a list of 100 homes that are likely to move above X value, right? If your title company can do that. If you've got My Plus Leads or RedX or even here's the deal. You can do this through Listings to Leads. The problem is right now, and we're going to change this a little bit later. Right now, the vendor we have does not offer one of the most important things out there, which is a hand font envelope, right? Massive difference between a regular envelope that looks like your water bill that's typed out and it looks like a bill. Imagine this. So here's an envelope. And imagine you got this envelope in the mail versus getting this in the mail. Now, I know it's a little bit different. And with the nearby homeowner letter, you're not using this. You're going to use a regular envelope where you trifold the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So you're going to use a regular envelope. But I want you to think, if I got an envelope that looked like this versus an envelope, and let me just give me a second here. Let me just do this now. Or like this, where it was like, oh, like, what is that? Is that some sort of weird bill or what is it? The colorful envelope that has a handwritten font on it is massively different. And so we've had clients that will print this up at home and buy like the colorful envelopes, like the green, red, or yellow. And Dustin Fox used to do this. Maybe he still does. And would get it like a nice color, like a nice pen. In fact, I got some of these right here that are really nice. These are off Amazon. These are like Japanese, if you can see that. And they're really nice quality. And because the goal is what? The goal is I want that homeowner when they get this letter, right? A nice little tip right there on the envelope. I want the homeowner when they get that letter to go, oh, wow, this agent is different. This is really cool. Normally I just get those stupid, just sold postcards, but this one here, they're going to get it. They're going to see it in the mailbox. They're not going to throw it away because it's a green envelope or just a standard envelope with a handwritten font. And even those where I know it's done by a machine with a handwritten font, I always take them inside. I just do. There's something about an envelope with handwritten font, unless it's got like a business address on the top left, which I recommend. Do Deb Hain, 333 Main Court, Folsom, California, 95630. Don't put Keller Williams Realty on the front. Just do your name and address, your office address, not your home address, your office address, and then their address, handwritten font. If you send it to like Mailbox Power, Thanks IO, or Zaire Mail, ZAIR, Zaire, kind of a weird name, ZaireMail.com. All three of those companies offer handwritten font options, or you could do it yourself. This letter, though, is absolutely amazing. And now imagine, we got postcards and door hangers. Those are phenomenal. But imagine you got the yard sign, sale pending, under contract. So they're going to see that. Now they get the letter. That's just more visibility for you. And this is great for door knocking. There's an edit option. There's a send option. We got print. Now, print and mail for postcards would be phenomenal. The postcards are great. But the letter is just, the letter is good. So if I click on the editor part here, notice I can say Rock, California, when pending, I could say with our 100 plus point home marketing plan. And we have 45 more buyers for homes in the area. And I'm going to even just take out expected to close soon. Now when I click download, I can do JPEG because you're going to want JPEG for a Mailbox Power, for example. So I'd want a JPEG. Or I could do, if I'm going to just do it myself, or if I'm going to door knock, I would take the PDF, either one. And now look at it. I just want to let you know that 333 Main Court Rockland went pending with our 100-point home marketing plan. And we have 45 more buyers for homes in the area. You get more information at this URL. You can send a text. You can scan the QR code. When this home is sold, it will affect your home's value, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. Absolutely. And that's a picture of the home on the top of it right there. So this letter is phenomenal. The postcards are great. Look at that. It's got the QR code on the cover. It's got the nice little transparency so you can see behind it a little bit. So it's very elegant. It's your brand colors. It's got the text code on there so they can see it, right? It's not a lot of jibber jabber. It's just focusing on the property, the status, the effectiveness is a lot of it's in the simplicity, right? Notice, and again, I mentioned earlier, I get these cards from these people and they're wanting me to put a 10-digit, might even be more. It's either a 9 or 12 digit. It's like X349-3684. And I got to either scan a QR code and then drop that number in there. I got to go to the URL and drop that. No, my God, just kill me. Here, here we got the text code, the QR code, and the URL. And notice the URL. All right. What's the address? The address of this property is 333 Main Court. And notice the domain, 333maincourt.thebestlisting.com. Exactly right, Evan. Yep. And you spelled it right. It's just put that together, obviously, as one word, zairmail.com. And that's exactly right. In fact, let me just put that up there on the stage. So Evan's got it just right. Zaire Mail, but also Mailbox Power, Thanks IO. There might be others that I'm not aware of. So somebody in the mastermind group posted a poll, and his poll was asking about circle prospecting. And he says, what is better? And I believe the three options he gave were just listed, open house, or just sold. What's the best circle prospecting? I think he missed the best one. I think pending, because a pending listing is not publicly available as far as, and you're not going to tell them, but when I call you up, what do you think is more compelling? When I call you up, hey, Deb, there's a new listing around the corner from you. Hey, Deb, we're having an open house. All right. Which there's no wrong answer, because circle prospecting is phenomenal. So there's no wrong answer here. So I'm not saying circle prospecting just listed is no good. It's phenomenal, but he missed pending, because I think pending is by far the best one. Because when I call you up and I say, hey, Deb, this is Scott at XYZ Realty. Want to let you know that 333 Main Court just went pending last week and is expected to close soon. What's Deb going to do? Either she's going to say, I don't care, or, oh, what's it going to sell for? Or what did it sell for? Oh, I thought the market was no good. Because once it sells, they may see it on Zillow. They may know the homeowner. And so the homeowner is not going to really talk about the property while it's still in contract, most likely. It'll be after it's sold. But while the property is in contract is a phenomenal time to circle prospect. So if you do, please make sure to take a look at our script right here. We got one designed where you use direct mail or door knocked, and we got a version where you didn't. And we're starting it off as a did you get? Okay. Hey, just want to let you know that 333 Main Court is now pending, and it's right around the corner from you. I sent a letter or a postcard with a property website with all the photos and details. Just want to make sure that you got that. And, or you can just say, if you didn't, you could tell them, hey, 333 Main Court is now pending, expected to close soon, not too far away from you. And if you're interested, you could text 183710 to 25678 and get the virtual tour with all the photos and details sent to you and see how beautiful that looks. And just want to let you know what the way the market is now, to make sure to let you know, because when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value and homes in the area. And then you can go from there. So it's a great conversation to have with those homeowners. So if you are into circle prospecting, I would use the letter, postcard, or door hanger, and then I would circle prospect, because that way, again, they will have seen the yard sign. Hopefully they saw your direct mail or door knocking, and now they get a phone call. What do you think about adding a 30-second video? Yeah, Deb, I totally think so. And Deb, you're phenomenal in video. You're amazing. And just make sure you're not doing it. I would essentially do it very similar to what you've got in the Facebook ad, or what you saw me do. So it might look something like, attention Folsom homeowners, 333 Main Court in Rockland in Folsom just went into contract with our 100-point home marketing plan. And we're expecting a great closing price on this property. We got 45 more buyers for it. Please click the learn more button below to find out more. Something like that. Super easy. But Deb, you're awesome in video. So yeah, I would totally recommend. Just don't make it too long, because then people typically keep going. Some people got the ability to keep people's attention. And always test. All right. I like to do, yeah, because you saw my wife's ads, right, where she does the down payment assistance, and those are amazing. Oh my God. And the conversion between the video, the custom question, the conversion, It's just, I don't want to say through the roof, but it's through the roof compared to your average Facebook ad conversion, put it that way. All right, let's be a little bit quick here because I want to get down to the sign writer and the listing flyers. Letting your database know about this property going into contract is another phenomenal idea. So we got an email here that you can send out to through your database, Constant Contact, Follow Up Boss, Lofty, Sierra. Automatically will link to the property website. And then right below it, when this home is sold, it will affect your home value. If you want to change that, this is editable. You could say nearby home values, right? However you want that to read. And they click there. They go to the home value landing page, and this is all automatic. There's nothing you need to do here. And this also can generate great leads. So if you send this out, you could see, so I did this for one of our clients, and within a couple of minutes, he got a lead because what happened was he sent it to his database. All right. In addition to getting replies back, but he sent it to his database and somebody scrolled down. They must have been looking at it. So they scrolled down and they kept scrolling and they were looking at it because he gets an email. And the email was because somebody downloaded one of these guides for the seller. So they clicked download free guide. Do you own a home? Yes. Do you need to sell? Yes. And then clicked through and downloaded it from the e-flyer going to his database. So you want to get this e-flyer to your database because you can generate buyer leads, you can generate seller leads. And I think this is a great email to send to both your buyer and your seller leads. For the buyers, it lets them know that, hey, buyers are making moves. And it's great for the seller leads because it's, hey, buyers are making moves. And that's something of interest, I think, to both audiences. So you can either click send now to send it through listings to leads. Click send. All right. And you can set which list, like all, buyers, sellers, custom list, click send. You can also, if you want to send it through your CRM, here's what I recommend. It's just easier. Just click in here and just select all copy. So, Command A, Command C, Control A, Control C. Go to your CRM. So that could be, again, Constant Contact, Lofty, Sierra, Follow Up Boss. I've done this in a lot of them. So I'm going to navigate, create email blast. And I might say another in listings to leads, you're going to put a subject line first. And then just going to paste it in the body of the email. Boom. Look at that. This looks beautiful. I got the part for the seller. I got the signature at the bottom. I got this just like it was. If you were to do this in Lofty, Follow Up Boss, and it's going to make you look awesome. It's a gorgeous flyer. Call into your database. Okay, come on. You're not a secret agent. You don't make money by not having conversations. All right. And you might want to write that down. I will make no money if I have no conversations. And that's not what any of us want. We want to make money, so we need to have more conversations. You just got a home into contract. Congratulations. Either as a listing or a selling agent, congratulations. You can use this e-flyer for your database as either the listing or the selling agent with the listing that's in contract. So why wouldn't you call through some of your leads? For my seller leads, I'm going to call them and I'm going to say, hey, Deb, this is Scott at XYZ Realty. Want to let you know that 333 Main Court in Rockland just went into contract and it's going to be closing. It's scheduled to close escrow in a couple of weeks. And I just wanted to call and let you know with the way the market is right now. They're like, what do you mean with the way the market is right now? Oh, the market can be a little challenging, but what we're finding is when homes are priced right with a really great marketing program like our 100-point home marketing plan to get Folsom area homes sold, that we're getting homes sold at prices that the sellers are really happy with. Oh, okay. You're able to have those conversations and find out if they're thinking about selling at some point in the next 6 to 12 months or 1 to 12 months, you're going to find out, but you can't find out if you don't make the call. And I think what I would do for the buyer leads is I would say, were you the selling agent or even maybe where you're the listing agent, right? This could work back and forth both ways. So but the buyer leads I would call and I would say, hey, Evan, this is Scott at XYZ Realty. Wanted to call, you're a buyer lead, Evan. I just want to call it that 333 Main Court in Rockland just went into contract and is expected to close soon. And I just wanted to call to let you know what the way the market is now. All right. Buyers are moving, right? The rates are on the very, very low sixes. There's a lot of great homes out there that have price reductions where the sellers are willing to negotiate. Would you like me to send you a list of price reduced homes for sale in the area? You see what I'm saying? You see what I just did there? So I'm using that pending listing with both buyer and seller leads. Not hard. So let's make some phone calls. Let's have some conversations and let's get more deals done. All right. We got the short form video script. This is you can do, you remember when I clicked market listing and then we went to the step-by-step guide and there was a link, 10 video ideas. When you got a pending listing, you could literally do a TikTok, Instagram, YouTube short every day. You could literally do a video every day letting people know about this property pending. Every other day, right? Whatever. I know no one's going to do one every day, but I could. So this script right here, if you are doing other videos, good. If you have other script ideas, great. There's a million different things that you can do for a short, right? You can stand there at your property and kind of do something a little bit funny. You could stand by the yard sign if you got it decked out like what I talked about before. You could do this script. So again, yeah, omnipresence. Exactly right. There's no shortage, right? If you think about the average content that you put out there, maybe 10%, 20% of your audience is going to see any one thing that you do. So you just need more of it. And so with Listings to Leads, we give you a lot of scripts. There are a ton of scripts in here for all sorts of things. All right. So we got the property website. We talked through the virtual tour, and let's end this with the listing flyers and getting these on my yard sign. They look great. We have people, in fact, we had someone that just signed up the other day, and the first thing they asked our support team was, where do I find the listing flyers? I was like, of all the things to ask for, that was funny. And apparently I'm sure they saw another agent or something. And so with the QR codes, again, your branding. So if your brand colors are blue and green, then this would be blue and green. It would have your logo, your picture, the property photos of yours. We got a ton of different templates. All right. We got a lot of different templates, but the keys are, check this out, the QR code, the text code 183710 here to 25678, property description. Do you need to sell before you buy? And what happens when you scan that QR code? We all know what's going to happen, right? Kind of two things. First, the property website's going to come up. So I got the property website comes up, and then the lead form that comes up is to get a home value. All right. It might be a little bit unclear, but you get the point. That's why these listing flyers on the yard sign are so good. So I want to end there. And then I guess I'll just show you the sign writers. And I can customize the colors. And again, once I've got that text property ID, so in this case, it's 183710. Once that's in my account and I get this sign writer, I can move this from listing to listing. So even though it's a pending listing, I can put this on my next just listed. So, and I can use a custom RGB, custom hex, again, we got a bunch of different templates. And some people just take this and they'll just have a local sign writer company create it for them. So you may have like custom writers that are branded something different. And so just take that 183710 and the 25678, have your printer use them for your beautifully branded sign writers and use those, no problem. All right. Any questions? Oh, one thing. So Evan, if you go to edit Because what we want now, we've got follow-up, email follow-up in listings to leads. It hits the inbox 95% of the time. So we get to the inbox a lot. But if you want to send this to your CRM, which I want you to do, CRM lead source. So depending if you're going to use tags or you're going to use source. So you can customize this to your CRM, however you want to do it. For example, the tag might be 333 main pending, or it could just be pending, right? Whatever. So depending on how your CRM, if they use the source or they use the tag. Does that make sense? Hopefully that made sense. All right. Anything else, everybody? We got Halloween coming up here. For those of you with kids, have fun. For those of you without kids, have fun. My son is now 16, so I'm surprised that he wasn't going to go trick-or-treating. He wants to hand out candy, which I thought was funny. Yeah, Evan, for sure. So let's just assume you're on the listing dashboard. So you're on listings, right? I got all my listings here, and just click edit. All right, edit. And that'll take you right here. And I was looking at CRM lead source and or tags. A couple of other things of note, I can upload my professional photos. I can upload a video or 3D tour. I can customize the autoresponders, which you don't need to, right? You got more important things to do besides this. Unless you're just geeky and you just want to, you can do it, no problem. Under preferences, some items here that you can do. All right, so there's quite a few things in here that might be of interest. And last thing I'm going to show everybody, since you're still with me, under more tools, if you click more tools, there's some really cool things here. And one interesting one that some people don't know, market report. Don't worry about market report right now. Don't get involved with that. All listings email. This one's actually cool. I can select listings by status or individual. And we've got different templates. So we got 2x2 column, 1 column, or 1 column big, 1 column small. And I'll just show that one. And now I've got an email with multiple listings if you want it. It's got my signature at the bottom. And again, I can copy and paste this right into Follow Up Boss. I can copy and paste that little bad boy right into Lofty, into Sierra, into Constant Contact, right? I can deselect listings so it's not so many of them. Maybe I just want my pending and sold. I'm not sure what I selected, but you get the point, right? Now I got just 3 listings. And when people click, they're going to go to the property website automatically. Really hot. It looks really good. So anyways, yes, this session is being recorded. I think the same link will actually, and it's going to be on our YouTube channel. Go to marketing calendar. All right, marketing calendar and resources, YouTube. And either click on current webinar playlist or the live playlist. So it'll be under 2 of them because this is a live, but it's also going to be put on the webinars. So just click on the live and you'll be able to see pending on October 31st. Okay. All right, everybody. Should my leads automatically? Yes, they should. Yeah. Get with our support if needed. I'm not the one to ask like how to make all that work. When you're in your listings to leads profile, right there, profile, you'll see a tab called CRM integration and follow up ball right there. So you put your follow-up email address apparently right there, click save. And if you have any other issues or questions, by all means, let our support team know and they can help you out. Deb, awesome, Deb. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a great one. Get into the mastermind group. Let us know what you're doing or not doing All right. I want to see some good stuff from all of you. Get some more listings, get involved with our expired stuff. If JJ can literally sit down, have her broker just show her what's up, and then she just took the ball and ran with it. And in 6 weeks, 4 listings, I know you can do it too. All right. So have a great one, and we'll talk to you next week. Oh, and any of you, either Vince or I are going to be doing the 4 o'clock huddle for the 30-day expired challenge. So again, get into the mastermind group. You'll see a link for that. In fact, you'll see a link when you log into your account. You'll see a pop-up and it will have that information on there as well. All right, get out of here. Go have a phenomenal day. We'll talk to you soon.